going on, Raider Nation? Welcome to another video for the Black and Silver Way. It's been about over a month since I made a video. I was kind of waiting to see until minicamp and training camp started. Training camp's right around the corner, and just yesterday was the first day of minicamp. Today is the second day of mandatory minicamp. So far, from what I've been reading, everybody's been participating and everybody's been going full strength with this team. A lot of the times, players have either been missing days or there's been a lot of injuries, but the injuries have been kept to a minimum, and it seems like everybody's cooperating and gelling together. About a month ago, Derek Carr said that he was injured and he was not going to be playing. He came back from a finger injury, full strength, yesterday for minicamp. And Jack Del Rio said that it's like he was never injured at all, and he's been going full strength. He went full strength all day yesterday. He was missing a few targets here and there because he hasn't thrown the ball in over 30 days. So Derek Carr, that's expected to happen, obviously, for not throwing for about 30 or 40 days. So yesterday he was on point, but kind of off, but it's okay. He's just going to be going full strength from here on out for the rest of the offseason. And they're also very excited to see Derek Carr's work ethic. Jack Del Rio has never coached Derek Carr, and he didn't know how Derek Carr really is. So he's been learning to see that Derek Carr is really into reading the offensive scheme, putting in extra work, and all the coaches are just really thrilled to see that Derek Carr is taking his second year with the Oakland Raiders very seriously and knowing that this is his team. So far, the offensive line, from what I've heard, is Donald Penn is coming into his second year with us this year. We got him from Tampa Bay. He hasn't missed a game his whole damn career, and he actually got a touchdown for us last year. A lot of you guys really know him from the touchdown during the 49ers last year. That was really funny. But anyways, Donald Penn obviously has to adapt to some of the veteran on the offensive line, and really the only offensive lineman veteran that we had from last year is Khalif Barnes. I think Khalif Barnes is going on his 8th year with us, I want to say, and he did a contract extension, I think, last year. Anyways, Khalif Barnes has been on and off always. You guys always have known that. He's had problems with false starts all the time, either holding, just penalties, and sometimes he's been, not that good of an offensive lineman. But over the last 2 years, I definitely have to say he's been better than his season with us in 2012 or previous years. I think that's why they've recognized him, with a better work ethic and has extended his contract. Khalif Barnes and Donald Penn, I found out, are really good friends on and off the field. And, Rodney Hudson and a few other offensive linemen like Menelik Watson, they're all trying to gel together, and Donald Penn and Khalif Barnes are basically the veterans of our offensive linemen. So from what I've heard is Donald Penn and Khalif Barnes, when it's time to get to work, they've been definitely letting everybody know that, you got to get down with the work ethic, and we got to put in that extra work because Derek Carr is going to be needing blockage because he's a straight pocket passer. And as long as, Khalif Barnes could show up and feed off of Donald Penn, I think Khalif Barnes can be successful. And I saw that last year. It was a big improvement because I hated Khalif Barnes, but now it's kind of like he's been with us his whole career nearly, and Donald Penn's a great offensive lineman, so let's just hope they feed off each other. And you got Rodney Hudson from the Chiefs coming in at center, so that's going to be very interesting and good to see. I want to see exactly how the offensive line is going to, gel together, especially with, what was his, Gabe Jackson. Sorry, guys, I couldn't even think about it right now. Gabe Jackson had a really good rookie season as well. So, Gabe Jackson, Menelik Watson, Rodney Hudson, Donald Penn, Khalif Barnes. We could have a really good offensive line for Derek Carr. Let's just see how everything pans out during minicamp right here and training camp. Another really good player that has been impressing the coaching staff is tight end Clive Walford. Clive Walford was a steal in the draft, in my opinion. He was very underrated, explosive, and had really good hands in college. And it seems like it's transferred over from OTAs and minicamp. The coaching staff is raving how good his ability of agility is, speed, and catching the ball. I think the one thing that he needs to work on to be that complete package of a tight end is he needs to learn how to block a little better and needs to learn the ins and outs of other areas of the position, because right now we know that he is definitely explosive like David Osbury was, and he's got some good hands. And I feel like the only upper hand that Michael Rivera has on him is he might have more traits than Clive Walford could bring to the table this year, unless he just comes out swinging and Clive Walford gets that starting position. But Michael Rivera isn't a rookie and Clive is, and that's definitely a big upper hand right there. So I feel like Michael Rivera still might get the majority of the touches this season, but I feel like Clive could evolve into maybe our starter or even be a starter this year. You can't, expect Clive to just be out of the equation. So I heard Michael Rivera and Clive Walford are just battling it out right now so far in minicamp yesterday and during OTAs. They're putting in a lot of extra work, and they both want to be starters. So it's going to be exciting to see if Clive Walford or Michael Rivera are going to keep it. We also have Leinart, too, from last year, but I feel like he'll always be a backup and just, going in and out for the secondary. Our defense has been such on the edge of a turnaround. Our defense hasn't been half bad with all these free agents and all these draft pickups that we've been getting the last couple years. This whole redoing everything and going from the dark ages with Greg Knapp. Greg Knapp was holy shit. I mean, I can't believe we are actually dealing with that bad of a defensive coordinator a couple years ago. Anyways, I'm glad we're out of the dark ages, and now we bring in Ken Norton from the Seattle Seahawks defense, the linebacker coach. He is our defensive coordinator, and I cannot be more happier than replacing Jason Tarver from last year, because Jason Tarver was an explosive, fiery guy. I mean, I respect what Jason Tarver did, but I feel like Ken Norton's work ethic is just a little more better and a little more polished than what Jason Tarver was bringing to the table. And, Ken Norton does not take any shit from nobody, and he's an explosive defensive coordinator, and he can't stop raving about how all our players on defense are showing up every day, and they're ready to work, and they're ready to learn, and they're feeding off of him. And he has a lot of energy. He's bringing a shitload of energy to the table, guys, and I'm really excited to see our defense just feed off of that energy in those prime time, times during the season, during the games where we really need our defense to step up. I feel like Ken is going to be one of the great defensive coordinators for the Oakland Raiders. I just feel like he's really embracing the Raider culture and is really excited to get this thing turned around. And I just can't stop. I can't stop raving about how happy I am for Ken Norton and the defense. I mean, I cannot wait to see how they're going to be. They just seem like they're going to be a one tough ass defense. We have a lot of missing. We had a lot of missing pieces the last couple of years. I just feel like everything is gelling together with Ken and the explosiveness, and everybody's putting in a lot of work on defense. I feel like we could have a really, really good defense here, and I'm just excited. I'm excited, really, guys. And one thing that they asked Charles Woodson was, how do you've went up against all the Hall of Famers in your career of wide receivers and have went against great competition, and he's seen some of the best receivers play the game, and he's played against some of the best receivers in the game, and they wanted to know how he feels about Amari Cooper, just seeing him in the short time. And he said that his routes are butter. He's very explosive out the line. He's a perfectionist. He catches the ball. He could be one of the all-time great receivers for the Oakland Raiders and be very successful because he's a perfectionist and he has a great work ethic. And I'm just really excited about Amari Cooper. I can't wait to see what he brings to the table. We haven't had that great wide receiver day in and day out of every season in a long time. It's been almost since Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, that era. We had Randy Moss for a quick second. He was great. But I feel like Amari Cooper could bring, those hands and that great route running like Tim Brown did. So Amari Cooper, he's already panning out really nicely. Perfectionist, I love it. And another receiver that, could be a top 3 receiver is Rod Streater, because Rod Streater was injured last season, I think during the 3rd week. And so far, yesterday in minicamp, he's been very fluid and his routes have been crisp, and he hasn't been dropping any balls, because a lot of the times when they get injured early in their careers, they either fall off or they're just not the same again. And so far, I think Rod Streater could bounce back from this, and he could definitely prove a lot of people wrong. And I'm just really excited to see the rest of minicamp. Today is going to be the second and last day of minicamp, so I will give you guys another update on minicamp tomorrow or the next day, and pretty much wrap everything up. I just want to give you guys a quick update to tell you guys what I've been finding out about our team, our Oakland Raiders. And you know, the season has been coming very fast, guys. I feel like training camp is right here around the corner, and I'm gonna try and get passives to go to training camp and get some footage for you guys like I did last year. Try and record as much as I can out there, and yeah. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about everything so far this offseason. I feel like a while ago, probably like a week ago, I ended up watching a video of Dennis Allen, you know, during training camp, and just how annoying he got because we kept losing and losing and losing and losing and losing, and we kept saying like, hey, yeah, we're just trying to, you know, progress, and you know, it was just looked so confused and so bad. I just feel like Jack Del Rio has the most confidence in this team, and I feel like all this coaching staff is very confident, and they're all winners. So I'm just excited, guys. I feel like this is right on the edge of a turnaround here. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the video. I don't upload as much as I used to, guys, because I'm super busy. But in those prime time, you know, training camp, mini camp, shit like this, and all the games, expect a video every time it happens, okay? So I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.